Hey, my friends, it's a late night chat time. I got me and my vitamin water, and we're just hanging out. So, this is not an angel card reading, just to let you all know right up front. So, if you're watching the replay and looking for angel cards, it's not happening this night because it's pretty late. So, I went to see, as you all know, because I posted this, I went to see the Rachel Hollis screening of her live event called Rise. And wow, it was pretty cool. I am only halfway through the book Girl Wash Your Face. Like, this is the first time I've heard of her. I have not heard of her before this. I don't know how, right? Because I watched some of her live streams and they're pretty freaking awesome. So if you go on to Rachel Hollis's page, watch some of her live streams. I kind of am liking it. She's kind of raw and vulnerable and in your face, and I love all of that, and just kind of tells it like it is and gives a lot of great advice and puts it out there. I didn't get to go. I'm at a work conference. Oh my gosh. Well, that must be, is it fun? Get a work conference. I hope you're getting some motivation and inspiration there. Hey, Erin LaBelle. Hey, Gail. Hey, Amanda. What's up? Hey, Stephanie, Junie, and Raluca. So I went and saw, so basically she has a 2-day event called Rise, and she did it back in April in Los Angeles. And she kind of took us behind the scenes as to, you know, her thoughts while she created this event, why she was doing what she did, how she got there, and then, you know, they showed clips from the event. And here's what I loved about it. I love the fact that, and basically, I should back up a little bit. So what I think she's trying to do is empower women to step up and step into the woman that they are created to be, that they are, you know, destined to be, that all the potential that we have inside of us, and we hold ourselves back so often, and to sort of rise above all of that, all the noise in our head, all of the things that have been spoken over us, all of the trauma that we've been through, and why, you know, just holding ourselves back from living the life of our dreams, and just step into it. And I put the quote on my wall, on my personal page. It said, you know, the one truth is that we can count on, the one truth we can count on is that we have control over our lives, right? And so it's so freaking true. Even if your life feels like it's dragging you along by the teeth, we have control over what we do, what we say, the choices that we make. The lives we're living now are a direct result of the choices we have made up until this point. Right? So if we can do that with all of our choices, if we've created our reality now with choices we made in the past, then we sure as hell can create our reality in the future with choices that we make today and going forward, right? So what are those choices? How are we going to do this? And why do we make choices that don't serve us? So it's time to actually step into who we are meant to be and start doing things that empower us rather than disempower us. So she's great at kind of breaking this down. So on day 1, here's something that she does that I think is different than any other personal development seminar. Like, it's not about rah, like pump you up, fire you up, and then send you on your way. And now you're left at home going, okay, now the high from the event is worn off and I'm still in the middle of shit. And I'm still getting in my own way. How many times, anyone on here ever been through that, where you've been to either a personal development event or a network marketing event, and you go there and you get just like stoked by the fire and the energy that is there, and they fire you up, and then you go home and you don't really have any practical strategies to put into place to move to the next step. Like, okay, what do I do now? Or there are still things that are weighing you down. So even if you learned a whole bunch of great little strategies, life hacks, productivity hacks, business tips, anything that you've learned, your past pain is still gonna get in your way every time, until we look it head on in the face and shine the light on the darkness and really reveal that the monster that we thought was in the dark that was so huge and scary is not so huge and scary anymore. But it takes shining that light on it, right? It takes shining the light. It's like being in a tunnel and you have a flashlight with the batteries are almost out and the light's like this big, and so everything looks scary, like you don't know where to go next. And then you put in new batteries and you're like, whoa, like, okay, now I see the path. Now I see that, you know, the tunnel isn't so scary, right? There is a clear path when we do shine the light on it. So she has, on the first day, she has them go through all their past trauma and like journaling about it, doing worksheets about it, to the point where she gives people a worksheet where she lists statements of like awful things that could have happened to you in your life, or awful thoughts that you may have had. Like, I have had suicidal thoughts. I have had debilitating anxiety and depression. I have been raped. I have lost a family member. I hate the way I look. Like, all these different statements, right? And she had each woman in the room check off the boxes that apply to them. Like, anything that you thought or any of those things that happened to you, she has you check them off. And then she had everybody fold the paper, fold it up, and then pass it to the woman next to you, and then pass it again, and then pass it up, pass it back so many times that nobody had a clue where their paper was. They had no clue. It was whatever. Everybody had somebody's paper, no idea where it came from. So then she had them open the paper and she read the statements out loud from stage. And if you looked at your paper and she read the statement and your woman that it came from checked it off, then you had to stand up. And so it was symbolic of other women taking a stand for your pain, for your trauma. And it was really, really beautiful. It was like definitely like one of those like tears in the eyes, like all choked up moments, watching other women take a stand for each other in the room. And what was really heartbreaking too was when she read the statement, "I hate the way I look," almost the entire room stood up. I mean, almost the entire room. And even she, Rachel Hollis, was choked up and almost broke down on stage when she saw that, because she was like, I can't believe that this many women in this room hate the way they look. You know, like she's seeing all the beauty in the women that are there and wondering like, what is it that we are programmed with that makes us believe that we are ugly or not good enough on the outside? Like, so painful. So she said next year when she makes her next seminar, she's going to address that head on, like that particular issue, because it was just an indicator right in front of her that this is a problem, that women have this feeling about themselves. Hate is a strong word. So to say that you hate the way you look, like, okay, maybe you don't love, maybe you want to lose 10 pounds, maybe you don't love the way your hair is or whatever, but to hate the way you look, right? So she had them really go and look at those things. She had them journal about their lives. And once they uncovered all the pain and faced it, right? Because she said, remember what I said, you can't really make any real progress until this is done. And I love that she does that. And then she had people write a letter to themselves talking about what they've accomplished in their lives. Okay, so now we spend a lot of time being unhappy about what we don't have or what we're missing or where we want to be that we're not there yet. What about looking at what you've done, where you came from, and acknowledging all the progress that you've made, right? Because if everybody in that room went through some of the major trauma that was on those worksheets, and you are still here to tell about it, like if you went through any of those traumatic things, or and you're here to talk about it, then somehow you figured it out. Somehow you made it work. And if you went through that, then I guarantee you, whatever you're trying to do in your life, whatever dreams you have, going for your dreams is probably not as scary as what you've already went through, right? What you've already went through. So why hold yourself back when the statistics, right? The evidence already says, your life already shows that you know how to get through things. You know how to overcome. You know how to make things work and figure it out. Even under the worst of circumstances, you still figured it out. And I guarantee you, going for your dreams is not going to be the worst of circumstances. So if you've made it through that shit, then you can definitely go for whatever it is that you want. You can make an improvement. You can have a better relationship. You can have a better you know, partner, boyfriend, girlfriend. You can attract your soulmate. You can have a better marriage. You can be a better parent. You can have the best of health. You can have a fulfilling career. You can have financial freedom. You can have whatever it is, good friends. You can have whatever it is that you want. You can travel the world. If somebody else has done it, so can you. The evidence is all there. Number one, that you've already been through a bunch of shit and made it through and figured it out. Number two is that if anybody else out there has already done it, then that proves that a human being can do it. And if that human being can do it, then so can you. That's the law. That's natural law. If there's already proof out there that someone else has done it, then that means you can do it. Okay? Also, whatever you have to go through, you've already been through so much. And you've already overcome. You've already accomplished. So this is nothing. Like, this is just another thing that you're going to figure out. So I love that. That was day one. Just celebrating the smallest of wins, right? Celebrating everything. And then day two was about, okay, now that we figured that out and we got rid of our baggage, now what? What do we do, right? And she talked about, she took her own experience and said, here are the places in my life that I made improvements to get to my next level. And she encourages you to either do the same, like you can follow her model, or don't. Like, just take it with a grain of salt, whatever resonates with you. But the areas of life that she said she made massive improvements to get to be where she is number one was her physical environment, which meant clutter in her house. So she cleaned the shit out of her house, got rid of any excess crap that was, because external clutter equals internal clutter. Okay, it's just stuff that your mind has to process through, stuff that you have to clean, that's on your to-do list, stuff that's taking up space. And the law of vacuum says if there is space, the universe is obligated to fill it. So if you want other things to come into your life, then you remove the physical things that don't serve you and allow the universe to refill it with stuff that does. That's how you're going to attract stuff. That's one law, okay? So she did that. She went and decluttered her house, and she went and cleaned up everything in her physical environment so that everything was pleasing to her eye. It was relaxing. It was her sanctuary. She knew where shit was. She felt on top of things. She was in control. The number two physical thing is her body. She knew she had to form better habits, physical habits, and take care of herself. She was getting major anxiety attacks on a daily basis where she had to lie down and couldn't do anything else. She was just feeling, she had, little energy. She was feeling crappy, and she was doing she had a lot of habits in her life for her physical body, for her self-care, that was completely depleting her, that was completely sabotaging she was sabotaging her energy, sabotaging her being. If she wanted to rise to that next level, she needed to be at her top of her game, which means mental clarity, that means physical energy, that means hydrating, sleeping, like eating foods that are nourishing and healthy, exercising, doing all the things to treat your body right, because you got to up level the body and the mind. All right, so it was that physical clutter, physical body. Then she talked about your personal environment. So like the people around you, your community. Are you hanging out with people? Are you spending time with people who are uplifting you, who are supporting you, who understand that you're going for your dreams and who love you for it? Or other people who are doing the same thing and are on that same road, right? She says, you are the average of the 5 people you spend your time with. We've heard that from Jim Rohn, and that's been passed on in many personal development seminars and courses. But it's true, though. The people that you spend the most time with will have an effect on your mindset. So be sure to up-level your community. Doesn't mean you have to get rid of all your family and friends and be mean to them and tell them to go F off or anything. It just means really some people you may have to love from a distance. Some people you may have to limit your time with. And you may have to seek out communities of people who are doing the same thing you're doing. When you are with somebody who is on the same road or ahead of you, it forces you to up level, because it's almost like it's like a current, it pulls you along. It's really powerful. So find them online, find them in person. Go find the communities, go to the events, you know, do what you need to do to get around people that fire you up. Then it was about morning rituals, morning routines, and we're doing this in our Project Soul Warriors group. My happiness course is all about doing the morning routine to set yourself up right. So having habits and little exercises in place to set your mind up for success every single day, right? How are you starting your day? That will set the tone, my friends. And it seems like really not important, but it is. Like really setting your tone for the day is huge. So morning rituals, and then again, just habits and attitude. Having the right attitude, working on your mindset, up leveling, trying to really like be aware of your negative self-talk and diffuse it and be able to see the world through positive lenses. So if you're seeing the world through, oh my God, everything sucks, the world's going to hell in a handbasket, I never have any luck, all the shitty things happen to me, then you are going to bring that stuff to you time and time again. I remember being like that years and years and years ago when I used to work in corporate America. I was so somewhat cynical and a little bit jaded, like, you know, everything's unfair and like everything happens to you, not for you. And you know that if you go in the morning, you're driving to work and somebody cuts you off and you get mad, like you get that road rage. What happens after that? What happens after you have a little episode of road rage? I guarantee you're going to hit every red light. You're going to be late for work. You're going to spill your coffee. You're going to trip getting out of your car. Your boss is going to yell at you. Like, it happens that way, that everything seems to snowball. It's that, you know, how you set the tone for your morning. How do you see the world around you? Do you see it as a place that sucks, or do you see it as a place of infinite possibilities and abundance? So that makes a difference. And then again, just habits, she said, creating habits with your time, with your money, with your relationships, with your health, all habits that support you and help you get to where you want to go. Does it help me get there? Is this a habit that's going to make me get to where I want to go easier or faster? If the answer is yes, then do it. If the answer is no, then you might want to think it over again. So that was her day 2. And she ended her event with this huge like dancing finale. And it was funny because her husband works with her in her company, and he was advising her not to do that finale. He was like, what the hell is that? Like a dancing finale? Like, you know, like he thought it was kind of goofy. And he was like, that's not a way to end a personal development seminar. You just say goodnight and you walk off, you know? He was from he used to work in the movie industry. It was just like you made your presentation, you said goodnight, you walked off. But she was like, no. At first she was like, okay, I'm afraid. No, I don't want to do it anymore. He said no. Like, she was doubting herself. And then she's like, fuck that. Like, I have always wanted to do a dancing finale. She loves movies like with dance numbers in them. And she's like, I'm doing this, like Sister Act 2. I'm doing it. And so she had a dance instructor come in and choreograph the finale to her seminar. And it was so awesome. She had someone sing and they danced, and it was fantastic. And she said, that's my dream. It wasn't her husband's dream. This seminar was not her husband's dream. This seminar was her dream. So she was going to do it her way, and she was going to trust her instinct. Because remember, I talk about this on my card readings. We all have divine intuition. We have divine guidance that lives inside of us. And when you get those little nudges from the divine, it's your dream. It's something you want to do. And she says, if it's not already out there, then create it. Then just make it happen. You don't have to wait for someone else's validation that your idea is legit or it's something that can or can't be done. If it's not out there, then just create it, right? So that was in a nutshell, that was the movie Rise, Rachel Hollis, and I thought it was freaking phenomenal. And I loved it. So now all the things that she said are, and it was cool. This movie was like validation of the fact that the work that we're doing in Project Happiness right now, we're doing a 21-day money challenge, and it's all about manifesting, okay? Not just money, manifesting everything. And all the habits she talked about are all the things that we're doing. So if you want to join us, we're on day 8. Some people have already manifested $1,000. You're looking to up-level your money mindset and other things. go into the group Project Happiness. I will put a link to it right now and jump in. You can just go right to day 1 and you will be just fine. All right, so come on in. Join us for the money challenge. It's awesome. The second thing is our Project Soul Warriors, we're doing the same work too. We're doing a mindset cleanse. We're doing a morning ritual, setting yourself up for happiness. And by the way, our model is going to change soon. We are going to be doing a Netflix style subscription service. We're going to be the very first personal and spiritual development Netflix platform. So it's like personal development Netflix. And before you say, but wait, Gaia and Mind Valley already do that, I'm going to say they're very similar, but with our platform, you also get a group coaching. So you get to have support from me, support from my tribe. You get to have accountability check-ins. You get to have coaching on anything that's blocking you. You get to have support and encouragement to empower you to make these changes in your lives, not just going through a course and, oh, see you later, have fun. It's really, we want to help you implement these strategies so you have lasting transformation. This is not just fluff and bullshit, right? So we want to help 1 billion people. We have a lofty goal, 1 billion people to up-level their mindset, which is a ripple effect on the world. It's a ripple effect on the world. And that's a big number. Why? Because you can throw a pebble into a lake and it'll make little ripples. But if you throw a big ass boulder into a lake, it makes ripples that go on and on and on. Okay? So we're throwing the big boulder into the lake right now with this. And the subscription service is going to be only $22 a month. $22 a month for an unlimited library of original and licensed courses and a group coaching program. I mean, seriously. So if you all want to be on the wait list for that, please comment below wait list and I will put you on my list for when our subscription model is launched, which should be within the next, I'm hoping, month to 2 months, because we're launching in November. Our company is launching in November. So by the way, I put this out there on my wall. If you want to be one of the first 1,000 people to be part of this movement, this is a multi-level movement, not a multi-level marketing company. We're a multi-level movement. You know how awesome that is. So these opportunities don't come often. So message me or comment that you want to know more about that. And I will let you know about how to be a Project Soulshine Tribe member at a time before we launch, when this movement is going to start moving fast. Okay, fast. We're the first ones to do this personal development style Netflix model. I mean, if you love all things mindset, all things coaching and mentoring, and you can actually earn an income doing this, and it's a wonderful price for your customers. So there's none of this like $5,000 a month coaching package. Come on, come talk to me. I know you're out there. Come talk to me. Comment below and say, let's see, if you want on the wait list for the subscription service, you can say wait list. If you want to know more about Project Soulshine, you can just say Soulshine, and I will get in touch with you because I have good stuff for you. And there might be a little bonus in it for you, but I'm not going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you when I talk to you. All right? So anyways, with that, you guys. Oh, and Project Happiness. You want to be on the money challenge. Look for my Project Happiness group. Get on in. It's free inspiration and a rockin' program that is legit awesome. The results are in there from my customers. You'll see it. It's in there. So anyways, I love you all. Thank you so much for hanging with me. I have the best Facebook friends and the best Facebook audience ever. You guys are the freaking best. Your support is incredible, and I'm so grateful for you every single day. And I'm here to help you make the changes that you want to make in your life, because I've been where you are. Okay, I have felt stuck. I have felt lost. I have felt bored as hell. I have felt like, is this all there is? I have felt like that there's more meant for me, but I don't know what it is. I don't know where to start. I have felt like I want to be financially free. I have felt like I want to be, do, and have more, even though I adore my family and I adore being at home with my kids. I adore my husband, but I knew that there was something else I was meant to do as well. you want to be totally fulfilled and ridiculously happy, and you keep thinking that's a pipe dream, you keep thinking that's just something you see in the movies because your parents told you there's no such thing, your parents and your family said don't be too happy because the other shoe's gonna drop, you know, it's Murphy's Law, when things go well, something bad's gonna happen, or that kind of life is only meant for special people who are born into it, or you have to work hard, you never see your family, and you're gonna ruin your health, and you have to be cheesy and scummy if you want to be financially free. Forget that shit. Forget all those lies. If I am here to bust through all the freaking lies that you have been told, that I have been told. I have been told I am too much, that I'm too much this, too much that. I have to tone it down. I have to hold it back. And I have learned that's some of the biggest bunch of crap that ever is, okay? Yes, you all have special gifts. And by the way, we are gonna pull those gifts right out. If you don't know what they are, if you do, then we're gonna get that gift out to the world. We're gonna ignore all the bullshit that you've been told. We're gonna break out of that. We're gonna show you what is possible for your life, and that it's absolutely achievable and it's easy. Sometimes it's hard work, ain't gonna lie, but you can come up with a strategy to make anything you want happen. You can come up with a vision for your life that you never thought possible, and I'm gonna help you. So if you wanna talk to me about that, then you just let me know. Comment below Soulshine if you want to be part of my tribe of people who are up-leveling their mindsets and doing this for a business, and we're part of the first 1,000 people. My tribe, we are at the top of the company. We're in a fabulous position, okay? So yes, we're gonna launch in November. So say Soulshine. You wanna go into the 21-day money challenge, you say Project Happiness. We'll get you in there. If you want to be on the wait list for the subscription service for our Netflix-style personal development extravaganza phenomenon, that's gonna be $22 a month. Are you kidding me? To be in a personal coaching program for what? I'm sorry, what? Yes, then say wait list, and I'll put you on that. All right, because I'm here to serve you in whatever way I can. There are many ways you can hang out with me and work with me. We just gotta pick the one that's right for you, all right? So, with that, angel card reading is going to be coming at you tomorrow night. So I will post the time tomorrow, and that's it for me. I'm going to go to bed. We're going to talk about self-care. I'm going to bed. All right. Love you guys. Big kisses, and I'll see you tomorrow.